then. So we like to start off taking a look at the market currently time-stamped right now on November the 2nd at whatever time it is, 4:07 p.m. here on the West Coast time zone. The market cap is standing at $207.5 billion. Bitcoin 63.91, Ethereum back at 200, Ripple 45 cents, Bcash 462, EOS at 5.35, Stellar at 23 cents, Litecoin hanging tight at 51, and Tether almost back to its $1 peg.
We've been watching Tether week to week, and very volatile. Actually, the other week it got down to like 90. I think it got down to like 94 cents, 96 cents.
Yeah. Well, you just presented here just about an hour ago, and your predictions have remained the same. You're still pegging Bitcoin for 28,000 end of 2019, and 100,000 a few years after.
5 years. Yeah.
5 years after.
50,000 is for 2020. 100,000 would be on the next halving, which is 2023 or 2024. There's one in May of 20, and then I think the next one is 3 years after that.
Is
That
it
would be
4 years?
So
the next
at the end
halving?
of 2020, it's going to be 28,000?
no 28,000 my target for the end of next year. 50,000 for 2020.
50,000 by the end of 2020.
And I think we'll get a nasty correction, and then another run up before the next halving.
And didn't you say that if it doesn't hit 50,000 that you're going to eat John McAfee's dick?
No. I said I would eat a cucumber.
A cucumber.
Listen, I said I would eat a cucumber if DIG doesn't hit 40 cents by the end of the year.
Oh, DIG. Yep. I don't know. Many of you are on Ronnie's list and may be following that. That's another story. Vinny, what do you think?
Hey, I try to prevent this bubble. I mean, this was the kind of the running joke of last year. I mean, people actually thought it was a paradigm shift. I think I was tweeting in December, like, I mean, the sarcastic tweets I put out was, "Oh, the guys, this is a paradigm shift. This is change." Like, I mean, it's what do you expect to happen? This is going to be a long, cold winter. You can't, like, the bigger the party, the bigger the hangover, guys. Like, we had a big party last year. Let's just be frank. And like this year, this is the fall. Like, we haven't even hit winter yet. Winter's a lot colder and it's going to last longer. So, you know, I can't see Bitcoin getting to what, 28,000 next year?
By the end of next year.
Yeah. I think is weed legal in Nevada?
Yeah, it is actually.
That explains it.
You don't think it's going there?
28,000 next year?
That's 40% above where we were in January, 18 months from
See,
now.
it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Where is the money going to come from? Like, if we actually
I think
look
there's
at the
going to be
price,
a watershed moment. Right now we have 1% penetration in the world. I think we are right now before we were with the Netscape moment, watershed moment on the internet 20 years ago. I could be wrong, but you miss every shot that you don't take in life. This is a shot worth taking. A few years ago, they said Amazon was overvalued because they were losing money on every book that they sold. Today, the company's worth $800 billion.
Yes, because they had good fundamentals. They have traction. They had metrics. What are the metrics around? Let's just go to Bitcoin. What are the metrics around Bitcoin that makes you believe it's going to get to 20,000?
You think Bitcoin is overvalued?
No. I'm asking what the metrics are that makes you think it's going to go from 6,000 to 28,000 in 13 months.
What do you think is going to happen to your coin in the next 6 to 12 months?
Okay, this is not whataboutism. This is, I'll ask you a question.
I think there's going to be a watershed moment. The demand is going to go up. At the same time, the supply growth hitting the market gets cut in half.
Can we get some boxing gloves? Do we have any gloves?
Yeah.
In this corner.
I'm just asking. I'm asking what the metrics are. That's all.
The metrics are that within 2 years, I think there's going to be 100 million people around the world trying to get their hands on a few million Bitcoin.
but I think it depends how they're onboarded, though. So right now, at this moment, we're getting all this infrastructure being built, and I'm seeing nothing about it being easy for the everyday consumer. So I agree, it's about 1% penetration at the moment, but we're going to need to see, amazing apps and platforms being built for that to make any sense.
And you can do it all in 13 months flat.
Well, see, I think that you're being a bit too generous with the price, but if we do see these kinds of companies coming out and building this stuff, then perhaps, maybe not so soon.
Yeah.
But
So
remember, the market overreacts to bad news, it overreacts to good news. Next time this goes back in favor, the market's going to overreact, and that's why we could shoot past 20,000.
So, Vinny, you think winter is coming, right?
What?
Yeah, I do actually.
So
Vinny, you're bumming us all out, dude.
No, I think Vinny and Ronnie need to have a podcast and call it the worst crypto podcast. Like, bad news. That's good.
Well, okay, so as long as we're going down the bad news line.
Well, I mean, let's just hold on. But let's look at the fundamentals for the market right now. You've got 50 to 100,000 people working in the crypto industry worldwide, right? How do they live? How do they survive? They pay their bills using what? They sell their crypto. They buy. They sell their crypto for fiat, and they want to pay their bills. Companies like 99.9% of the companies in the industry, other than exchanges, do not make profits. By the way, they have to live, and their landlords don't take crypto; they take fiat. So on the sell side, there's close to $1 billion per month in selling pressure for fiat in order to pay mining costs, operational costs, conference travel, and a whole bunch of other things, right?
Great point.
And then on the buy side, you have to match that just to maintain equilibrium at the current price points. What do you do? And then as the price drops, you have to sell more of the crypto to get the same amount of fiat, because guess what? When the price of your crypto goes down 20%, the landlord doesn't drop your rent 20% either. So now you have an oversupply of crypto in the free float in the market. Now, are we at a stasis point right now? I don't know. But I think it probably drops a bit more to accommodate for the fact that these companies don't make profits, and there are people working in industry. So take day traders and take them out of the equation for one, but take the people working in the industry where these companies don't have any economic value because they're still busy building infrastructure. They're still trying to get metrics in place. That cash has to come from somewhere. And right now, it's coming out of reserves that companies have. But when those reserves are up, the crypto market's going to go into winter.
It's the Major Downer podcast with Vinny Lingham.
but my point is, I asked Ronnie for metrics and what are the fundamentals. He didn't give any. I'm giving you guys metrics and fundamentals. 50,000 to 100,000 employees worldwide. Work out the average carrying cost of an employee. Look at the mining cost of Bitcoin at around $200 million a month. This is what miners have to sell to pay their facilities. Where does this fiat come from, people? It comes from buyers.
Okay, Ronnie wants to weigh in here. Go ahead.
The reason I haven't given any metrics is because I just did a presentation a few minutes ago, and I don't want to bore them and repeat what I said an hour ago.
So go watch
There's $200 trillion right now in the world in gold, bonds, stocks, and cash. All four of them are overvalued. If 2% of that $200 trillion ends up in crypto, you got a $4 trillion valuation, 20 times where we are today. If Bitcoin holds its market share, it goes to $130,000. The gold market is $7.5 trillion, 60 times what Bitcoin is at $125 billion. I don't know how much gold there is in the ground. I know how much Bitcoin there is. I know what the demand is going to be 2 years from now. You want more metrics?
Whoa! Oh!
He's going to drop the lapel.
All right, let's
Ready.
all right. Well, let's.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for having me on.
Let's have everybody autograph this then. While we're here, let's just start along the way. Grab the pen.
Yeah,
and,
please, everyone, whoever wants to get in on this.
Ronnie first. Let's just go through anywhere on it.
I'm 51 years old. If I bend down, I might not be able to get back up.
Bring it up to him.
You're kind of the kingpin, so
Cater to Ronnie.
it needs to be on the piece because it'll get framed like that. So just find your location wherever it is. It's fine.
Wait. Vinny Lingham is wrong. Why would you do it?
Ronnie. Can't take Ronnie anywhere.
I did right there.
I'll tell you what. I'll take a bet with
anywhere
Ronnie.
you can
Ronnie, you
see
want to
it.
do a bet?
Oh.
I'll do a bet.
Oh,
Like,
rap battle.
I'll
We're going to
put
have
money-
a rap battle.
I'll put money where my mouth is. End of 2019, $28,000. Is that your prediction?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want to bet?
$20,000 to her charity.
Okay. Fine.
Oh.
So, fine deal. There you go.
All right. Let's.
So just clarify. By the 31st of December midnight next year, if the Bitcoin price touches 28,000 on any exchange of reasonable volume, I mean, it can be, obviously can't be some sketchy exchange and you set up overnight, but any legit exchange, if it touches that price at any point during the year, okay, I'll put $20,000 into a charity. If it doesn't, you're in for $20K into a charity.
I can't lose on this bet.
Wow.
Very nice.
Wow. All right. Gonna sign.